Guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Just wanted to make a quick video today explaining what to look for in a brokerage, especially if you're a newly licensed real estate person, or salesperson I should say. And I would say the number one thing I would look for is training. Make sure that there's somebody who's going to walk you through the transactions. I remember when I first got licensed, walking through my first contract was nerve-wracking. So having somebody to hold your hand through the whole process, go to with questions, whether it's a mentor, a broker, anybody who could ensure that the transaction will get to closing smoothly, so you could focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's generating the leads, which is the most important thing when you're first licensed. A lot of people get things backward. They're like, I got to get my business cards, I got to get my website, I got to do all of these things, I got to make a Facebook page, I got to do all of these things before I start generating leads. And honestly, I would do the opposite. Start generating leads first. Even before you're licensed, you could start generating leads. Obviously, have a mentor that could walk you through the whole process on what to say, because when you're not licensed, you can't say certain things on the phone. But overall, lead generation should be your main priority. And a lot of people are saying, you got to join this brokerage, you got to join that brokerage, Keller Williams, EXP, Real. It could get overwhelming. Honestly, pick the brokerage that you feel is going to give you the most value. And, do the math on the fees. If you do X amount of transactions a year, do the math and say, okay, this brokerage is going to cost me this much, this one's going to cost me that much, and what kind of value is it going to bring me? Are they going to give me leads? Are they going to help me through the process? Are they going to walk me through if I have any questions? All of these things should be taken into account when you're selecting a brokerage. Now, I wanted to break down real quickly the different types of brokerage structures, because a lot of agents have it confused. So you have Keller Williams, which is a franchise model, and usually it's a cap with a 70-30 split. It's going to vary based on your location and franchise. I'm just going by where I'm located here in Southwest Florida, and I believe they do have a mentorship program. It is a big corporate brokerage, so there are going to be some limitations as far as what you could do and what you can't do as far as commercial transactions, residential transactions. And moving over to EXP Realty, it's more of a cloud model. It is a corporate brokerage as well. It's an 80-20 split. That's currently the brokerage I'm with, and it's $85 a month. I personally like it because I could do my own thing. They don't really bother me too much. And you have other brokerages that are like EXP. You have Real, a PEC, and I think LPT. And for newer agents, a lot of people steer people away from the cloud brokerages. But if you're on a good team who's with those brokerages, they could mentor you and make sure everything gets done smoothly. Now, moving over to the boutique brokerages, which personally I think is a huge plus for newer agents, because you have that hands-on experience. And then once you get that hands-on experience, a lot of people choose to go to the more virtual brokerages like a PEC, LPT, EXP, etc. So depending on your current situation and where your mentor is at, first I would find a mentor, and whatever brokerage they're at, if they're willing to take you under their wing, go to that brokerage. And then once you have the experience, you could move on from there. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys have any other questions, like always, feel free to leave it down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.